Boom! Good morning, Buck fans. What's up? AJ Turn up here. Bucks Report pregame show. I hope you guys are doing real well. It's 11 a.m. That means 2 hours. We will be playing the 49ers. So that means you should have gotten your breakfast already. Get your beer, get your liquor, get your wings, and let's get ready for this game because as we know, if it makes you feel better, Buck fans, this is more than most likely a playoff atmosphere type game. Why is that? Because that's what this is all about. Whichever team wins between the two today, they're pushing themselves more in the playoff caliber level because the Bucks have to do this. I know Buck fans, some people say, well, if we lose the bye week, do you really want to try to win out if you lose after the bye week? And besides, when you play good caliber teams, and here's the thing, the 49ers aren't a great team, but they're still a solid team. You beat teams like this, it sets the tone of the locker room. So when you go and play the teams that are less than, you are able to get through them quick. Because at that point, you'll know you put bad teams away early. You never leave a bad team lingering around because then it gives them the fight that they can still beat you and take you out. And that's been happening to the Bucs, especially with this defense. So, Bucs, it's time to we got to attack today. That is the theme of this game today. Attack. Fire the damn cannons. Empty the barrels. Because it's all or nothing, guys. It's all or nothing, Buck fans. It's all or nothing when it comes to this game because we can't afford to fall back. 4-6 is a bad look. It's a real bad look because I just told you. You mean to tell me, Buck fans, the history of this franchise, that we can just simply win 7 straight? The most that we have done is six straight wins twice, and that was ironically under Coach Dungy. Now, the Bucs today, this is a do or die. It was do or die against the Falcons, but I'm over it now. Whatever. But right now, you hung in there with the damn Super Bowl champions last week. Now, there were sketchy calls that should have been made, of course, by the officiating, but it was also piss poor adjustment from Bowles in the second half. But again, if you are the Bucs players, you hung in there. You took the damn Super Bowl champions down to the wire. So when you come and play this team, you're not playing Mahomes. You're playing Brock Purdy, an average quarterback, a game manager at best, against a wounded 49ers offense. Debo will be a little sluggish. McCaffrey, do not worry about him. He's not going to be in 100% shape. You have Ayuk, who is out, so the deep threat is gone. You already know the first order of business is Kittle. It is up to the Buccaneers coaching staff on defense to actually use their disadvantages against them. And that's what I want to get into, guys. Again, good morning to you all. But this is a serious ass game. This is serious. There's no bullshitting today. If the Buccaneers bullshit today, then they might as well pack the shit up because we don't have it's too much at stake right now. You win this game at 5-5, then it changes the entire thing. You got Evans coming back, so he'll have more to play for. The offense will still be growing. The defense can get things together. So that is what's going to have to happen today. Again, Bucs fans, let me break down what the Buccaneers need to do on defense. And I know we've already discussed this. I've said this plenty of times. If you go to my YouTube channel, it's about Bucking time. I've said it so many times. And I really hope that the Buccaneers and Bowles take heed to what I've been saying. So this is the keys on defense. It's simple as this, guys. We know this. The number one priority that the Buccaneers need to focus on is George Kittle. the best tight end in football. And as we know, the Buccaneers have throughout this entire season's weakness has been up the middle, and tight ends have been running wild on us due to the fact that they know KJ Britt, as hard as he tries, he simply lacks the speed to keep up with tight ends or wide receivers in the slot. So at that point, Bowles, it's time to be aggressive. It's time to do something that I know that you don't like doing, but damn it, if you want this Bucs defense to continue to get shredded and sliced and diced up, then by all means, and then you'll be out of a job, and somebody else will come in and do what you are scared to do. You got to play more man press coverage. I didn't say, for Buc fans out there, I didn't say do the shit all game. I didn't say do it 90%, but it needs to be between 50 to 60% because that's what we have right now. So what I mean by that, going back to Kittle, you need to have Winfield lower in the box, Levante David. Both of them need to double and check George Kittle. That's how you stop that. By doing so, you neutralize George Kittle. Now, Brock Purdy has to focus on Debo. You put Zion McCollum on Debo, and you jam and man press him. Why? Because Debo is not a deep threat receiver. Debo is a yak kind of guy. So put the pressure on him. Zion has been doing a stellar job this entire season, so you should not have to worry about him. On the other side of the ball, you need to play more man and jam. Do not allow these backup corners to come in there and get embarrassed, because I told people, Hayes, did he have a bad game against the Chiefs? Yes, but that was not his fault. That was Bowles. So at this point, Bowles, do not allow these guys to come in and do a cushion coverage when that's not their expertise. Let them play basic man press football, your guy against my guy. And again, for people out there who don't understand, when you jam and man press, it's not about specifically just completely shutting down the wide receiver. It is about disrupting the timing between the quarterback and his receiver when it comes to route running. You do that, you're going to have to, it makes a quarterback have to read through more progressions. Thus, that means more pressure for him because the pass rush will get there. That is what needs to happen. The Buccaneers front seven, we don't have an elite pass rusher yet, and that's okay. We'll get there eventually. But I do think when this secondary plays physical and aggressive, the Buccaneers front seven starts to get more sacks. That's what we're going to have to do. Debo Samuel, again, he's not a deep threat receiver. So if you continue to press him and make him work for every single yard, now that puts immediate pressure on Brock Purdy. This is not Mahomes we're facing. This is not Lamar Jackson we're facing. We're playing against an average quarterback who needs his team to ball out. And as Christopher Cole says, thank you. What's up? We got to stop the run. Absolutely. But I'm not as scared of the run. I told you this. When it comes to McCaffrey, they're not going to put him in too much harm's way by giving him the ball too much, because that is the reason why he was injured in the first place, because they kept feeding him too much. Expect the 49ers to utilize McCaffrey in the flats. That's where they're going to try to get him going, to get the offensive rhythm for the 49ers. And that's why I think if the Bucs start off aggressive early, we don't need to have them marching down the field. Get those 3 and outs quick. You get a 3 and out quick, you're setting your Buccaneers offense up, who is the strength of your team right now, to not have to drive 70 yards down the field and only have to drive 40 yards down the field to score. We know this already. So, Bowles, it is up to you. You have got to let go of your pride and ego and get more into man press coverages. And then if you want to blitz, which I think you should, disguise the blitz better. Tyke Smith is balling. That's another guy I think now, if they're not even looking Kittle's way and they're focusing on somebody else, put Tyke Smith on George Kittle sometimes. I think he can do just enough to slow him down a little bit by himself. But in the beginning, George Kittle needs to be double. But my point is, that is what the Bucs defense needs to do. And again, with the blitz disguises, this is what I would do. Because we know that Winfield is the best coverage safety on the team, have Winfield one safety over the top, bring down Whitehead, have Whitehead and JTS and Levante look like they're going to blitz, right? And then when the play is there, you have JTS jump back in coverage, but it's going to be Whitehead that's blitzing, and Levante jumps back in coverage, because I guarantee you Brock Purdy will assess the play wrong and end up throwing an interception, or he's going to take a sack. That's what we mean, Bowles. Just because something is working, when they adjust to it, you need to adjust. You have and you have to, for the strength of your pass rushers and Canty and Vita and Yaya. Those are the people that you brought into this organization to rush the quarterback. So let them do their job. We do not need to see Vita Vea or Canty jump back in coverage. That's silly as shit, Bowles. That's not what they came here to do for this Buccaneers organization. They're here to get after the quarterback. And I truly think that Canty is coming into his own now, because he is finally getting back his NFL lungs and he is able to stay in the game. And of course, stopping the run is imperative. But how do you do that? Load the box. The same way that they're going to load the box against the Bucs, you need to do the same thing against the 49ers. Make Brock Purdy beat you with his arm. Make Brock Purdy, he would have to make him play at an elite level where he's just simply just throwing dimes and packages, but, just throwing dots. But what you don't want to do is continue to play a very soft coverage to where all he needs to do is pick you apart. I told people this from the beginning, and I'm going to continue to say it. We all know the weakness of Bowles' defense, of course, is time. That's the number one thing. When people ask me, what do you mean about time, AJ? If I can simply establish a rhythm on your defense because you're so busy trying to fill me out and you're playing soft coverage, I'm just essentially going to just give what you take and throw the short routes, get set up some screens, continue to march down the field. 10 plays in, now your defense is getting tired. And even if I don't get a touchdown, I get 3 points out of that. I've taken time off the clock, and now I'm going to have my defense, who is fresh, go after your offense because they have no rhythm yet. And that's how those 3 and outs happen. Do you see how the domino effect happens to our defense? Usually, if our defense starts out fast and strong, we get them off the field quick. So I need Bowles to do that. That is what I need Bowles to do. I need Bowles to continue to play fast and strong and not let his foot off the gas. That is all that I need for Bowles to do. Bowles, you have got to do that. Simply play more man press coverage. You need to jam. Also, load the box. Only time I need to see super cushion coverage is if it's 3rd and 15. And even with that, they don't need to be 10 yards off the receivers. 6 yards is all they need. That's all they need. Don't put too much pressure on your backups. That's just you're not being fair to that team, to your players at that moment. You need great coaches play to their players' strengths. Good coaches just simply go. They find not even good coaches, bad coaches will be stubborn and allow their scheme to fail just because they don't want to admit when they're wrong. So, Bowles, I really do hope you come into this game playing aggressive, because if you don't, then the 49ers run game will take effect. If you don't protect the flats, McCaffrey will make you pay. If you give Debo 6-7 yards, he will make you pay, because they're going to use a lot of screens. So at this point, Bowles, you got to remember your job is on the line. Understand this. You lose today because of your defense. Remember, the past 3 games, opponents have put up 30 points on you. You're supposed to be the defensive guy. You're supposed to know how to adjust and make things happen. And if you need an all-star team to just be average, then you don't deserve to be the head coach, with all due respect. You have enough players out there to make shit happen. So I need you to make the shit happen. Adjust. Find ways. Remember, it is your job on the line. I want that to be clear. You will be on the hot seat. I'll be real. If it was up to me, if the Bucs get blown out, let's say if the 49ers put 40-something points up on the board, and mind you, they don't have IU, they don't even have their whole squad. I don't know. For me, you'd have to either either you would be fired or it'd be like, all right, bro, the next game after this bye week, if the Giants put up 30 points, you're done. Seriously. So, Bowles, we just need you to call an average defense today. Can you just be average today? Brock Purdy, can you at least keep him under 300 yards? Can you keep him under 1 touchdown? That's all we ask. At least just keep him at around 250 or something. I can live with that. So that's what's going to have to happen on defense. Just be average today, Bowles. That's all we ask. Just be average. On the offensive side, let's get to it, because that's the strength of our team, baby. The Bucs offense is doing a hell of a job, and Cohen is doing more with less. Having Evans and Godwin out is literally like if our defense had Levante David, Cansey, Winfield, and Vita Vea out. That's how valuable Evans and Godwin are. Now on offense, this is what I would like to, of course, the strength right now is the run. We need to establish a run. We are going to have to be the run is going to have to set us up again for the pass. But since that's how Bowles always likes to do it, okay, now that you have that in your arsenal, then utilize Bucky, utilize Sean Tucker, utilize Rashard White. I think Bucky, now I know he's not going to start, but when it comes to running up the middle, we know what Bucky is capable of doing. Also, when it comes to Sean Tucker, he is just as good as a receiving back as Rashard White. Now, what I would do, you need to have all 3 of them on the field and get some motion plays going. What I would do is have Rashard White roll out, do a motion like you would hand him the ball to either Sterling Shepard or McMillan. But instead of handing it to him just to confuse the defense, you either do hand it to Rashard or you just give it to Bucky up the middle. That's how we need to utilize that run game with our 3 running backs out there. Also, we need to use Rashard White again like we would use Chris Godwin if he's going to be, at this point, Rashard White should be the extra receiver that we need, and he doesn't have to go out for a deep pass. Set up some damn screens for him to get open. That's what we need to do. And let's get the rollouts going, because we need to have Baker making plays on the run. That's what he does best. The line is holding up very well. I have a lot of faith in this line against this defense. And that goes to my next example. Fred Warner. We need to be having Fred Warner running east and west instead of north and south. Spread the ball out. Let's get crossing routes going. And I know if you guys have been here with me, you know that's what I talk about. But there's a method to my madness, because here's the thing. When you do crossing routes, we have the players with the speed. Now they need to step up. That means McMillan. That means Sterling Shepard, Trey Palmer. One of you guys have got to be the consistent person outside of Otten. And I will get to Otten in a moment. But when it comes to this receiving core, somebody has got to be that consistent man for Baker to be like, I got you. So, but with that being said, crossing routes, utilize Trey Palmer's speed. I told you, we need to utilize him vertically, diagonally, and horizontally. And by doing that, this running crossing routes, the linebackers running east and west, if that's not what they do best, then they're going to start getting tired. And here's another factor by doing this: run some spread. And Cohen, when you run the spread, keep the plays simple. It shouldn't take more than 3 to 5 seconds for a passing play to develop. If you're going to keep Baker in the pocket, Baker needs to get that ball out within 2 seconds. He needs to already know his first 2 options so he doesn't have to sit there, because, again, due to his height sometimes, Baker, when he throws the rock, it gets batted down, and it's no fault of his. He can't help that he's like 6'1". So help him that way. Get the ball out quick, because they're going to load the box. I'm just being real. We know this. They are daring our receivers to beat them. And at this point, McMillan, you got to get in there, man. You got to. Palmer, I hope you woke up pissed off today, and I hope you go out there and make some plays. But yes, the receivers are going to have to really help out today, because I would not be surprised if Otten gets double teamed. That's another thing. Cohen, you've been doing a hell of a job, but I need you to open the damn playbooks. I need you to put out at least 7-8 plays that nobody has seen yet that y'all have practiced. Otten, let's see him go up the seam sometime. Also, let's get Durham in there again. You got to put somebody in there where they least expect it. 49ers don't have that much film on Durham. Put Durham in there and Otten in the double tight end and have Otten just run up the seam, and then you allow Durham to either do a comeback or just a simple little shallow crossing route. Get something going. This offense is going to have to carry us because right now I have more confidence in Cohen in this offense than I have the defense. You got to get out there fast and you got to put up points. If you can get up at least by 10 points on this 49ers team, that does a lot. We have got to put this team away early. By the end of the half, you need to be up at least 14 to 3 or 17 to 3, 21 to 7. It needs to be something to where they become one-dimensional. An offense that's going to depend on you. But my whole point again is that we have got to be creative and explosive on offense, get in a rhythm, and it's okay to dink and dunk your way down the field. We don't necessarily have to take the deep shots yet unless it's there. Dink and dunk them first because then that will set up the big passes. You know what I'm saying? That is what Cohen in this offense is going to have to do. And I think Baker is going to be just fine. For people out there, it's not out of the realm that Baker can throw for 30-plus touchdowns or close to 40. He has 23 already. Baker is balling the fuck out. So shout out to you, Baker. You know, you have been doing a hell of a job. If this Bucs team was at least 6-4 or 6-3 or something like that, you would be in the MVP conversation. And I think you should be. Hey, what's up, JT Olsen? Just here talking about the offense. If you want to chime in and just say your piece, go ahead. What I'm saying in here, JT, is that the Bucs offense, they got to be able to do play action, of course, run the rock, but also get some spread going. We got to tire this defense out. Fred Warner being the culprit because that is the star of their team. Because if he's running from side to side for 3.5 quarters, and when that fourth quarter gets here, best believe he's going to be tired. And that's where I truly think that you can use Rachaad White in the fourth quarter because he has the speed. And by then, Warner can't do it by himself. But we want Warner to be tired because, like I said, he's going. If he continues to dominate north and south, we're done. Tire him out. Offense is good. Love our offensive line becoming a dominant unit. Yes. And JT Olsen was out here talking about Gedeke, guys. If you don't know, go check out JT Olsen. Gedeke is a stud. It's not a surprise that with Gedeke being back in the lineup, that this Bucs running attack is getting better. And I'm happy for that. I really just want the Bucs to utilize all their players, and whoever's got the hot hand, that's who you give it to. I think Bucky is the true hot hand. You can, again, also, if they're going to get in the shotgun, have 2 running backs out there. You can put Rachaad White in because he's really good at blocking, and then you have Bucky or Tucker out there receiving the pass for a screen. It's going to take that kind of game to get this Bucs team to fall in line. It's going to have to be. And unfortunately, it's not fair, but I need the Bucs offense to have an A game. I just need the Bucs defense to have a C game. Well, you know what? Give me a C+. If that's not too much to ask, Bowles, give me a C+ defense today. If you can give me a B average defense, I'd be forever grateful. That's all we need. But right now, the Bucs offense is who we all know is going to carry this team to glory. And that's going to have to be. If the Bucs, I would not be surprised if this Bucs offense puts up 30 points. That's how confident I am in Cohen right now. He has been utilizing all the players. Now it's time for him to get up there and make it happen. It is time for this Bucs offense to take full advantage of this defense. We already know what to expect. Like I keep saying, we're going to have to run that rock. Run it. And if you see that it's going good, run that shit until they beat you out of it. Because I think sometimes what Cohen does, if they get sometimes, and even on both sides of the offense and defense, we get away from what is good for us when they haven't adjusted to it yet. So let's just say if Bucky runs a 30-yard run and then Sean Tucker comes in and he runs for like 15 yards. If the run is going to help you win, by all means. I don't mind that. There was a game that Belichick played against the Bills, I think, and all he did was run the ball. He ran the ball like 30-something times, and they only passed like 5 times. If that's what it takes, fine. Just make sure you know what to do at that moment. And again, the Bucs run game is going to have to make things happen, but realistically, the receivers have to step up. I keep saying that it is imperative because Bucs receivers, I want to talk to you. Trey Palmer, McMillan, Sterling, Ryan Miller. 49ers don't believe in you. Those DBs don't think you're going to do shit. Those DBs are not even focusing on you. Those DBs think, you know what, we can lock any of them up. They're not a factor. They ain't shit. We got them. We ain't got to worry about them. They can't get no separation. Oh, yeah, we'll just put somebody else over here. They're nothing. That's what this 49ers team thinks of you. In their mind, fuck that guy. Let's just shut this run down. They ain't going to do shit. And we can walk out of here and look good. That's what they think of you guys. I'm telling you. So how about this? Make them pay. Make them pay. McMillan, you had a lot of hype coming out. I need to see that hype get into use. I need to see you out there. If you're going to play today, of course, I need you to get out there and make it happen. Trey Palmer, make it happen. Ryan Miller, I know you just got in here, but do something. If Jakeem Jarrett is in here, make it happen. Put Baker's mind at ease. Put Baker's mind at ease. I want Baker to feel confident as shit to throw you the rock in a crisis because Evans is not here. Godwin is not on the field. Both of them are not on the field. And whatever tips that you can take from those guys, those legends, you do it. But you got to be open for him because best believe they're going to double Otten. And we got the dude coming in here right now that's about to start some shit. So I'm about to let him get out here and bless us with his presence. Come on in here, dude. What's up, my dude? How you living?
Well, let me tell you something here, brother. Or wait, let me break into the real voice. Let me tell you something here, brother. Brock Purdy, gonna get ugly for you, homie. Todd Bowles is in there, as you youngins would say, down in his bag, cooking up a cushion zone defense, so Brock Purdy can turn into Joe Montana today, or someone's gonna reach down in between their legs, ease the seat back, give some room for the testicles to pop out and show some balls, and let's go after this little short Fallout Boy looking fucking guy here playing quarterback for the 49ers. Hey, no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin's, no worry. Cade Otton. Say it again. Cade Otton. One more time. Cade Otton. What you have here is, I'm not going to call him Baby Gronk. I'm not going to call him Gronk 2.0. I'm going to call him the CO. Okay? Chief Officer of not dropping the ball like he used to. Pretty good injury report for the Buccaneers. Got a bunch of questionables. Got the inactives coming out here shortly. Obviously, Mike Evans is out, but, we knew that. As far as the 49ers go, bro, I believe you touched on this. Both teams, this is kind of a must-win game. And I know. The Bucs haven't even got to their bye, and their schedule's real freaking easy after that. Hey, if you're watching the NFL, actually watching, you'll know that there aren't any easy games. Both sides of these, both sides get played or get paid to play this game. So if you're overlooking the Saints, you're gonna get beat. If you're overlooking the Panthers, you're gonna get beat. What you need to do is put your ducks on the board right now. You need to hit that checkbox. You need to come out here, pressure Brock Purdy. You don't really got to worry about him running too much. So let's get some pressure from the edge, not just Vea up the middle. I mean, that's always awesome, but come on, bro. But here's the thing. Kyle Shanahan has been sitting at his house every week after the game going, I can't wait to get Christian McCaffrey back. Well, he's got him. So you know he has probably a whole page of that playbook with new innovative stuff to get CMC out in space. And here's the problem. The Buccaneers defense is going to have to cover CMC, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle in the passing game. And right now, we've got one linebacker that can cover, one linebacker that can't spell cover, and DBs that need to step up. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Antoine. I gassed you up preseason. I glazed you boys. I called you. Do you remember what I called them?
The
cleaners.
The cleaners. That's right. The cleaners.
And right now, y'all been getting your clock clean, bro. And here's the thing. I feel you, Antoine. You're coming off an injury. But Jordan. We brought you here to lay the lumber. We didn't bring you here to stand there and watch a tackle go down. And this goes for the whole defense. All right? Looking at the stat sheets, you're going, wow, our offense is kicking butt. But why? Oh, look, we're last in the league in almost every category, or at least close to it. What's the problem? I'm gonna identify that for you right here. Buccaneers defense, historically, when you get your hands on the ball carrier, 2 or 3 guys are coming to clean them up. What do I see with the Buccaneers? I see a whole lot of grabbing and a whole lot of hugging. I need you to hit not the player, not the number on the front of his chest. I need you to go through the front and hit the number on the back of his fucking chest. I need you to hit with intent. Everything you should be doing on defense should be aggressive and with the intent to knock a motherfucker out. Hard stop. Is that dirty football? I don't know. It damn sure ain't New Orleans Saints football, so it can't be that fucking dirty. All that said, we got a shitty game from Germany right now. You can pretty much count on them kicking us out of any alliances we have after we send two and 7 teams over there. Come on, bro. You guys really spent millions of dollars to fly 4 wins across the pond? Get the fuck out of here, NFL. Do better. AJ.
Yes, sir.
We need a big game from one of the wide receivers. When I say big game, I don't mean 100+ yards and a couple touchdowns. What I mean is, and this is what this offense wide receiver group has been reduced to with the injuries. We need a big game in the fact that you actually catch the fucking ball when it comes to you. Quit looking to run before you catch it. Go back to your fundamentals. When the ball's in the air, put your hands side by side, form that diamond with your thumb and index finger on both hands. Let the point of the ball hit that. Do not hold your arms out like you're cradling a baby, letting it fall into you. It's going to hit your body and bobble a little bit. Go snatch the ball. Go snatch every yard you can running the ball. And here's the thing, Liam, I've been all on your side. I've praised you. Hell, I've talked to my grandma about you. But here's what I don't get. We got this mofo named Sean Tucker from Syracuse University. He's wearing number 44. If anybody knows, they know what that number means. Mm-hmm. He comes out and he makes offensive player of the week with 14,000 fucking yards in one game. And the following week, he don't get touches till the 4th quarter. You've got a 3-headed monster, one of them which is extremely good out of the backfield catching the ball, Rachaad White, and you're short on receivers. So stick with me here, Liam. Let me get in your ear. Open up that bag, and down in the far right corner, down there past all of your little smelling salt and all your chewing tobacco, you're going to see a little green bag there. That's the dude's bag inside your bag. And the dude's bag says, you need to get Rashad out in space with these tunnel screens. Rashad can take the role. And I know people are going to look at me cross-eyed, go, you don't know foosball. Rashad White could literally fill the role better than anybody can of Chris Godwin in the receiving game on this. He can take the hits across the middle. He can do the tunnel screens. You've got Bucky and Sean who see a hole and hit the hole. And if there is no hole, how many times do we see Sean or Bucky bounce or jump step to the hole? That's something Rashad struggles with. Nothing against the guy, 1,500 yards from scrimmage, hell of a player. But he's more of a, that's where the hole is going to be, and that's where I'm going to go guy regardless. Whereas Bucky and Sean, how many times have we seen Sean Tucker bounce outside in that game when he went for over 100 yards? It was almost like we had running backs that knew how to, run. So, Liam, Sean Tucker, Bucky Urban, Sean Tucker, Bucky Urban, play action pass, Cade Otton, rinse and fucking repeat. Okay? Make them stop you. Do what you're good at and make them stop what you're good at. And when they're focusing all their attention on stopping what you're good at, that's when you can hit them with a Trey Palmer or a McMillan or our buddy Cade Otton or Raheem Jarrett. Anybody. Let's take these no names and use this as an advantage to put them on the lips of all these national guys. Tom Brady's in the house tonight or today. Think about that. He's back. All right. He's in Ray J. Don't embarrass the man. Don't make him start claiming the Patriots and the Raiders are his teams. Okay. Make him respect you. Make the 49ers respect you. George Kittle, when he catches the ball with that flowing, beautiful locks of hair he has, knock him the fuck out. Hit with intent, set the edge, get to the quarterback, protect Baker, pound the fucking rock. If you do that, Buccaneers 31, San Francisco 20, 11-point lead. You're taking a knee at the end of the game instead of trying to figure out if you should go for two or not, Todd. Don't play down or up to the team. Play your fucking game. Play what you want to do. Impose your will, impose your strength, impose your aggression. And by God, if you win the coin toss and you don't defer, I am driving down there and I'm going to flush you down the toilet bowl, Todd. We don't have an offense or a defense that can support our offense. So what we need to do, if you win the toss, defer, put our defense out there, give them a pregame speech, set their hair on fire, and turn them loose. If we get beat being aggressive, everybody watching this show is cool with that. If we get beat sitting back on our heels or going, well, maybe they'll make a mistake and we can capitalize on it, that's not going to work. And to be honest with you, Todd, go check out your rate of actually forcing and creating a turnover and how you capitalize on it following that. You don't. There's the hint. So quit relying on the other team to make mistakes. Impose your will. Be aggressive. And when you get a chance, knock a motherfucker out, bro. Ain't nobody going to be pissed if you get a 15-yard penalty, but there's a dude over there trying to figure out where the fuck his chiclets are, okay? Now, AJ.
Yes, sir.
Where the hell you watching the game today, bro? You're up there in the DMV.
Yes, we're going to be at the Courthouse Special, and that's where all the DMV Buck fans congregate. So we're going to be out there showing our support. We're going to be out there hopefully having a victory shot instead of a misery shot, because they both go down, but they don't. The outcome is not the same.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking of going down, we're going to be in Tampa today, right down the road from Mons Venus 2001 Space Odyssey, and everything else that goes with that. Buccaneers guys, listen, you lose this game, you're 4-6, you're heading to a bye. You're going to walk in going what, on a 3-4 game losing streak?
4-game
losing, yeah,
4-game losing streak,
and then you got to sit there all week and think about that.
Yep.
And yes, your schedule gets significantly easier to navigate on paper after the bye. But what you're not factoring in, again, I said this earlier when I first came on, no matter how shitty the NFL team is, they get paid too. All right. And if the Saints or the Panthers can put another division loss on us, that's their Super Bowl this year, guys. They're going to be gunning for us and the Falcons. So look for some upsets in the division. I see the Falcons falling today. You heard it here first.
I said it here. I said it too.
Then you heard it here second because AJ was on top of that. We're watching the Panthers right now beating the Giants, which isn't a major accomplishment, but it is the Panthers.
It is the Panthers.
And just so we're clear, Bucs fans, you're like, oh, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. Motherfucker. If the Carolina Panthers win today and we lose, they are one game back. Remember how shitty we all talked about how shitty that team has been all year? If we lose today and they win their game against the Giants, they're only a game back, bro. Now how you feeling? Now talk to me about an 8-game winning streak. By the way, for all you Buccaneer junkie stats out there, oh, don't worry, after the bye, it gets real easy. Do me a favor, fire up your Google machine and Google Buccaneers' longest winning streak. It's 6. It's not 8. It's not 7. It's 6. So, and that's historical, like 2 or 3 times in 40 plus years. So if you guys are confident after losing today, if they were to lose, that they can just go on this magical run and all of a sudden they're going to come out of the bye and everything's going to be fixed. Okay. I'm going to point a few things out to you. Mike Evans coming back isn't going to be the return of the Messiah that you guys think it is. Mike Evans has struggled with hamstring problems his entire career. So even when he comes back, he's still going to be not 100%. We need this team to find an identity that does not include Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. We've got the perfect guy leading it, Baker Mayfield, on the offensive side of the ball. That's beautiful. We need a defensive identity. Who's the stud on this team? Who's the guy that's going to step up, turn around and look at that defensive huddle and says, I've had a fucking enough. Let's fucking do this, and this is how we're going to fucking do it, or I'm holding you all accountable. We need that guy or guys to step up. Whether it's
Yep, and dude, let's bring this to the Buck fans because what dude is saying is some real shit. And I've said this before when I was on my TikTok. Guys, these other teams get paid to do shit. That's why we're saying the Falcons are going to lose. Now, for people out there asking, well, guys, what gives you that? You got to remember, when a team fires their coach, these players realize their livelihood is on the fucking job, on the fucking line, guys. Some of these veterans, if they don't, on the Saints team, if they don't perform, they might never touch a single check again after this season. So you mean to tell me those men, they got family, they got people that depend on their income. If you don't think they're not going to ball the fuck out, you're crazy. And mind you, the Falcons are not a solid, great team either. So they might go in there feeling superior. And the Saints, sometimes playing an interim coach is the worst thing because now they got something to play for. I said it best here. I'm going to say it, dude. If the Falcons are not beating them by double digits by the end of the first half, the Saints are winning. And I'll give you this. Here's another hot take. Bucs win today. Falcons lose. Bucs will be reclaiming the division by the end of the year. Because that means the Falcons schedule don't get any easier, my brother. They got Denver. Denver has a good defense. The Chargers ain't nothing to sleep on. They're going to lose against the Vikings. And then they'll play Washington Commanders down later on down the line. So I already see the Commanders and Vikings as 2 losses for the Falcons. So it's not unheard of that they can't collapse. But all Dude and I are saying is these are fucking professional teams. The Bucs need to go in there and win because it's not guaranteed. Like he just said, the Panthers are beating the Giants. Who would have thought of that? They're both ass, but still. The point that he is making is these men are fighting for something. Some of these men know if I don't do shit this season, I don't get another check. The floor is all yours, dude.
Well said. I don't got much to add to that. I mean, I can go a couple different directions from there, but here's what I will say. Tom Brady's back in the building, like I mentioned. We all lauded and applauded the culture change at this franchise because of Tom Brady's arrival. But let me point some out to you. Culture can also be some disgusting shit in a petri dish under a microscope. You feel me? So here's where I'm at with the culture thing. Name me the people on the defense that were part of that Super Bowl team.
Oh, yeah. And they were there. Vita.
Less than half.
Mm-hmm.
Name me the offensive players that are going to go walk on the field today from that Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
Like 3?
Yeah. Worse.
Okay. So we're in the middle of a youth movement here. Yes, a culture change through the organization helps. It helps with the philosophy of the GM all the way down to the water boy. I get that. But what I'm trying to point out is the Super Bowl, I'm not sure if y'all realize this, it's almost 5 years ago. 4 years ago. That culture can go from, we have a winning culture here set by Tom Brady, and this is our organization standard, to, oh shit, we're the 76 Bucs again. Real quick, it can do that real quick. So, Winfield, Whitehead, Vea, David, Golston when you're in. Set the tone, set the standard, and then hold the young Bucs up to it. David, I know you're not a vocal leader, but I also know you're one of the smartest defensive guys playing the game right now. Get in KJ or JJ Russell's ear and coach him up. Get him where he's supposed to be. Show him the way. These veterans aren't going to be here much longer. So that culture change is about to turn into a youth movement. And if they lose today, 23% chance of making the playoffs.
Tell them that again, guys. Tell them that again, dude. What's the percentage?
23. If you look at some people's analytics, it's 26, but 23 to 26%. If they win, it jumps up to 54 to 56%. But even then, you're basically saying if they win, they still only got a 50-50 chance. So grab your beer, grab your adult beverage, grab your food, sit down, and get ready to yell at the TV, because the one thing that has been consistent with this Bucs team is they're frustrating, they're infuriating, and they will make you post stupid shit on social media in support of their bad play. AJ, this is your show. It's always been your show, so I'm going to jump off here real quick. I had to try out my new music and all that because, you know, when you hear Omar whistling, you know shit's about to go down.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
With that said, we're going to have a post-game show with Slick after the game. Make sure you tune into the Aftermath every Wednesday, approximately 7 p.m. Eastern time, depending on Slick's schedule. Make sure you jump on BucsReport.com to get all the stuff, all the content related to today's game from JT Olson, getting ready to drop how the Buccaneers can beat the 49ers by Devin Sanguinet today, here in about 20 minutes. Injury reports probably dropping right now as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a little over an hour away from toe meeting leather at Raymond James Stadium. And before I jump off here, I'm just going to leave one question dangling. Really has nothing to do with football. Really has nothing to do with what we talked about so far on the show. But I have a question for the Bucs. And this is for the team, for the organization, for the marketing department, for everything. Are we red and white, or are we pewter and fucking red? Because I've seen primetime games with no pewter pants. I've seen home games with no pewter pants. I've seen dome games with no pewter pants. What the fuck is wrong with the pewter pants, bro? Pewter and red till I'm cold and dead. That's the slogan, not pewter and white. And we're going to get knocked out and go good night. Come on, bro. Organization. I bought into the pewter and red when we switched from creamsicle. We all did. Why are you forsaking us like that, bro?
Amen.
All right, dude. Hey, great job as usual. Bucs fans out there, reach down and grab your short and curlies because it's going to be a hell of a ride. And don't think we're disappearing during the bye week. AJ, myself, and I'm sure Slick and many other people have plenty more smack to talk. AJ,
we will be here.
AJ, you go run your shit. Tell everybody up at the DMV I said, yo, and look out. Because it's getting crazy. All right, man. Peace out. Nothing but love. And dude's out.
As you always see, dude is not afraid to be crude or rude, but he is being real. As he said, you have Tom Brady coming back in here. Now, the last time Brady was in the house when we played the Eagles, We were kicking ass. I need that same energy back in Raymond James. I do want Brady to go, yo, this is the team that I remember. This is the team that I remember. This is the team that I see that fights for everything. And he is right about culture. You have also got to learn how to establish a culture to continue that culture when your veterans are gone. But that also means accountability and self-realization. Bowles, self-realization should tell you, yeah, zone is not our forte. How about we try this out? If it doesn't work, then we go back to it. No harm, no foul. But you can't sit around doing the same shit. Bowles, I'm just going to give you the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. We all know that. Now, JT Olsen, my math says the Bucs 99% to make the playoffs, win or lose today. Man, JT, that means the Bucs would have the greatest turnaround in NFL history. I would hope you're right than me being right. I don't care. If that were to happen, the Bucs go on a miraculous run and they finish 11-6 or some shit and they win the division, cool. I'd be happy to be wrong. But realistically, that ain't gonna happen. As we were saying before, guys, just because later on down the line after the bye week, it won't get easier. It doesn't always necessarily mean that it's going to be as easy as that. So we need to go in this game today with the mindset we are going to win. Because as I said earlier, wide receivers, Palmer, McMillan, Ryan Miller, Sterling, they don't give a shit about y'all. They don't take y'all serious. So make them take you serious. Make them go make plays. As the dude said, I've even said this, I don't need you to get 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. If you can do it, cool. But I just need you to be there for your quarterback, Baker, who is balling. Don't drop the passes. Be there. Get that separation, but that also means Cohen, for you, make the shit simple. If it's too complex, change it up. You need to utilize your running backs. You have Bucky and Sean Tucker and Rashard White. Have all 3 of them on the field. I told you, crossing routes, run the spread, play action, rollouts, set up screens. That's all we need to do. And Tyke is out. Thank you for that, Chris. Izzy will start at nickel. That's right. If Yaya can have 2 sacks today, that's a good day. I do want the pass edge rushers. I want to see JTS and Yaya step up. Of course, Canty and Vita are going to do their job, but we need the linebacking core to really step it up too. Seriously. Bowles, as I'm just saying, man, look, we can go into the bye week talking about whether you should be fired or not, or we can go into the bye week talking about if Bowles found the way to turn this defense around. The choice is yours, Bowles. One way or another, you're going to be talked about. It's going to be up to you, though, how we write the story. Whether you did something good or you did something the same and foolish as usual. I don't think we get in this year. There are too many other teams that will have better records. I do hope Mike is. I don't give a shit about no 1,000 yards, Russ. That's cool, but here's the thing, Russ. If we don't look like we're going anywhere, Evans ain't gonna care for that. Why put him at risk of an injury? They might shut the shit down. I don't care if the Bucs get in the playoffs, I guarantee you, Mike Evans gonna have 999 receiving yards, and that shit won't mean anything to him because we get in the playoffs. It ain't that many teams out there that we couldn't take. We beat the Commanders, and I don't give a shit that it was early. We beat them. We beat Detroit. We beat the Eagles, and we was whooping their asses by all of them, except for the Detroit. That was a down the wire game. But still, my point is, I guarantee you this Bucs team would rather make some noise in the playoffs and possibly get to the title than Mike Evans getting 1,000 yards. Mike Evans has the stats already where he's going into the Hall of Fame. He will be just fine. Now, if they can find a way to get him to that and we get in the playoffs, that's cool. But right now, the priority of business is getting the fucking win. That's the priority of win. That is the priority. Okay, well, Russ, that's the mindset that the entire Bucs organization needs to have. It ain't just about that. And as a fan base, we don't need to be We need to be looking for victory. That's what we want. Fuck the records. The records will be there. Evans has already had. The man has 100 touchdowns. He's already there. He's already making shit. He's already that guy. Hall of Famer. We want him to get to another shot of getting another ring. And that's what can happen and it starts today. It starts today. You beat the 49ers. Now, when you could go into the bye week, now we can sit back and go, okay, we're 500. We're right where we need to be at this point. It's still not in and we're still not in control of our destiny just yet, but we damn sure ain't further down the hip. We ain't further down the hole. We already in deep shit, Bucs fans. We in deep shit. But if we lose today, we'll be in some deep ass shit. Deep ass shit. I don't want to be in deep ass shit no more. I don't want this Bucs team to continue to go down that bullshit path. Yes, I do, Russ. Yes, I do. Russ, I'm glad you asked that, my man. Thank you for that. So do I think we're going to make the playoffs today? I don't think so. Honestly, Russ, no. I'm glad I had to read that again. I'm sorry, Russ. The Bucs don't make it because here's my thing. If you're struggling against a team like this, it is super hard to go on that run that everybody thinks we're going to run up on. I don't think that you beat this team, more than likely the Bucs will lose another game. It's just maybe. It's just that's just how it looks. I don't know who we would lose against. More than likely, it would be maybe the Chargers because they have the best defense that we're going to be facing after this week. But the point is, if you can't even beat a wounded good team like the 49ers, they're a decent team. They're still a good team. I won't say decent. They're a good team. But if you can't hold your own against them, then how you going to hold your own against the other sorry teams? You don't think them other sorry teams are not going to want to give everything? The sorry teams could be the scarier teams because they can give everything they got. They want to put the Bucs away immediately. So you win today. Now you can go into the bye week feeling confident like, yes. And when you beat a team like this, now you will appreciate that going into the next team. And when the team is sorry, you won't play down to their level. You'll put their asses away early. Because I look at it like this. When you put bad teams away early, you minimize injuries to your starters. You slowly get your confidence back on your team. And then you're beating the other opponent down to where they just say, fuck it, throw in the towel. I'm just going to think about this check I'm going to be getting sometime this week. That is what I'm saying. Beating it, because remember, if you beat a team like this, now let's say if the Bucs get their shit together and they go on a run, and let's say hell, they win out 12-5. Now you have the confidence to go in there and play a team like Detroit, Minnesota, Washington, Green Bay, or whoever. We have to start. It starts today. You can't just go into the bye week going, okay, well, we'll fix it together. Because then again, if the Falcons win, they'll be 7-3. The Bucs will be 4-6. You're talking about 3 games behind. And even if they lost those 2 games that I said they definitely will lose against the Vikings and the Commanders, that still puts them at 12-5. If the Bucs are 11-6, more than likely they have to pray that somebody from the NFC North, 2 teams in the NFC North, completely collapse. Because right now, this is what the playoff picture would look like. It's going to be 3 NFC North teams, 2 NFC East teams, 1 NFC West, and 1 NFC South. That's 7. We'll do the math. Right now, the Bucs need to play to try to get their division back. And I called it. I'm calling it. Me and Dude. But I'm saying it. If the Bucs win today and the Saints beat the Falcons, the Bucs will reclaim it. Because I guarantee you, the Falcons won't be ready for that. But that's a whole other thing. But the point is, I don't even like saying that I gotta hope another team loses, because the Bucs need to control their fucking destiny. By doing that, you're at least getting some of your control back. That is what it's all about today. It's about today. Getting your control, taking back what's yours. Right now, that NFC South title is dangling, and we're struggling. We got to chop shit down and get it back. That's what I'm saying. Chop that shit down. Chop those obstacles down piece by piece. And let's grab that damn NFC South title. I want us to have 4 years. We didn't have 3 already. Let's get 4 straight years of NFC South supremacy, damn it. That is the goal. And by that, you can do that, Buccaneers, by winning the fucking day. Make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen. That's all I'm going to say. Make it happen. Foles, give me an average fucking defense today. Cohen, be explosive and creative. Now, with that being said, I'm going to head on out so I can get myself ready for this game. But as always, I thank everybody in here for watching. Continue to support the Bucs Report, the Aftermath 102.9, the Game Bar 3 South Radio. We're with my co-host Slick. We're always on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, you need to check my channel out, YouTube. It's about fucking time. Also, my TikTok Live, AJ Turner. I'm on there usually right after the game, Sundays or Tuesdays. Tuesdays is my big day. And I usually get on around 5 or 5:30. So, as always, guys, thank you for your time. And go Bucs. Let's get this win today.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes till the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're gonna crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.